Hello, hello. Hopefully everything is working right. Welcome, welcome everyone. My name is Cindy. I'm at Simply Cindi. I have been doing these lives. I think it's been about 8 days. I thought it was like seven, but I've challenged myself to do 30 lives, not 30 consecutive days because I'm only doing Monday through Friday. But we're having fun. I'm enjoying. I'm doing astrology and tarot. We have this lunar eclipse coming up on the 25th, so I made up a spread to do tarot for each sign. We have the last three signs today. So I'm just kind of waiting for people to show up. For those of you that don't want to watch the live, if you kind of happen on this live later on, you can go to my channel because I've edited everything down uh, so that you can, just get the, you don't want to hang out with me and just watch the video part, then it'll be on my channel. So let me make sure that everything is, that I'm live and that people can see me. I don't have anybody coming in right now because I've just started. So we're going to go over a little bit of astrology today. It probably won't be a long live. I have three um, signs to do yet. I have Leo, I have Pisces. Who's the other sign? Leo, Pisces, and Libra. Sorry, Leo, Pisces, and Libra. And this has to do with the lunar eclipse and how we're walking away from something, how it's going to be eclipsed, how we have old habits that we no longer need to have around, but they're behaviors that we're used to. They're situations that we're used to that used to make us comfortable, but now probably make us uncomfortable. But we're such habitual creatures that we will keep something even way past its due date. It's just kind of how we are. So, I think I said my name already. I am a medium. Um, I was trying to get through these tarot readings for the week. I really appreciate you guys liking and sharing and subscribing. There is a lot. I looked at my analytics. Yeah, a lot of y'all are sharing. I really appreciate that. A lot of you guys are commenting. It's nice to have everybody back. Not everybody's back, but it's nice to have, like, I can feel familiar energies. It's nice to have you guys back. So I'm glad that some of you guys are getting notifications. I've tweeted YouTube to see if they can help me with some stuff because yeah, my channel had been inactive pretty much for the last, since the pandemic, well, right after the pandemic. But anyway, I've come back full time to YouTube. And we'll see how that goes. We'll get my channel all straightened out. We'll get everybody together and hopefully we can live better, live longer. Does that make sense? If you guys could, if you're watching me and if you could either comment or tap the screen, tap that heart, just to let me know that you can communicate, because that's one of the problems that I'm having with my lives, is that sometimes people can't communicate on them. So if you could do me that favor and just let me know that you can chat, let me know that you can see me, let me know that you can hear me, let me know everything's okay. For those that have been with me for a long time, you know that David helps me out, but he's doing his regular job. For me, this is the regular job, but for him, he's got another regular job. So I'm kind of doing this all by myself during the day because that's what I need to do, right? I'm a big girl now. um, let's see. So let's talk a little bit. I'm kind of just waiting for people to show up. Again, if you can say hello, tap the heart screen, just to let me know that you can communicate, just to let me know that, hold on just a second, just to let me know that you can communicate, just to let me know that everything's okay. I'm gonna hit refresh here. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just kind of working this out here. So I can see people coming in, but nobody's said anything yet. So that kind of concerns me that you can't communicate. And if that's the case, then I'll have to stop this live and start another one. I've done that like several times this week. I've had to do that. So, okay, perfect. Hi, Cindy. It's good to see you again. Hi, Kat. Hi, Catherine. I was going to call you Kat. Hi, Catherine. I appreciate you saying something, just to let me know that you guys can communicate, just to let me know that everything's going well. So I appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit about today, and then this sort of coming up weekend too. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever I'm inspired. Okay. Today remember we had Aries. We had the sun go into Aries. It should have given you guys a lot of, not a lot, but some energy into doing what you have been wanting to do. I know that a lot of you with the sun being right next to Neptune have felt a little off, confused. Some of you may have been dreaming a lot, especially Aries. And if you have a lot of Piscean energy and Saturn energy and Venus energy, you probably were getting dreams over the last like week. Probably like really prominent dreams. I forgot to mention that in the other lives, but yeah, you probably are getting like messages, or what some of y'all like to call downloads, right? So today I want to talk about, as you guys know, or for those of you that don't know, Pluto is heavy in my chart. Pluto is heavy in my chart. Uranus is heavy in my Uranus rules my chart. So anyway, Pluto's heavy in my chart, so I'm doing a Pluto series to go over how Pluto behaves generationally and personally in each house. And you'll have to look at your chart to see where the house is. I've done about 5 of the houses, and I've got 6 or 7 more to do, right? So, but then I started doing this live. So I'm working on them. We have a 20-year transit through Aquarius that Pluto is going to teach us. Aquarius is going to teach us. They're going to teach us how to have our anonymity and work in groups as well. It's going to teach us how to come together in a humanitarian way, and still keep our anonymity, still keep our identity, right? So keeping your identity and working with the group. So anyway, the reason I'm talking about Pluto is because, like I said, he's heavy in my chart, but today he is talking to Neptune. Okay, so, and because Neptune and the sun, Neptune is so close over here with Aries, right? And he's also with the sun too. So he's talking to Neptune and he's talking to the sun. And the sun being in Aries right now wants you to do you. All this whole thing about what I've been talking about for the last month and a half is about doing you. This is Aries. So I know that there have been times where I have said, and this is true for today too, there are things that you want to do, but you feel like you maybe not be able to do them. That's the Chiron wound going to your north node. It's like, I want to do this thing. I want to be this thing. I want to try this thing. But because of your responsibilities, or because of the people around you, or because of your career, or because of whatever, you may feel like you can't. You're going to upset people, or it's not going to go well, or it's going to like destabilize things for you, right? That's the north node with this Chiron working in Aries. Aries is about me. Aries is about you. It's about, I want to do me. I need to do me. I need to do what I want, right? And with the sun being here, you have the energy where it's highlighting this, but you have this Chiron rune and this Pluto trauma. So Pluto has the trauma, Chiron has the wound. And I've made another video to explain the two. Okay. But Pluto, remember, he was talking to the sun before. Remember when they both came in together? So there was something very important about the sun moving into Pluto. I mean, the sun moving with Pluto into Aquarius, right? And so I told you over this next year, 20 years really, but really we're just going to go we're going to go time by time by time. That's kind of how I'm introducing astrology to everybody. For those of you guys that are interested in astrology but don't really understand the wording, the language, what's going on. So this is my way of doing it. As things happen, and for me the planets are characters because I'm a medium, so they talk in that way. It's not the same language that we have, but it's like they're characters, they have personalities, and so that's the way I'm sort of bringing them to you guys, the way that they show up for me. So anyway, Pluto is talking to the sun, and he was already having the conversation with the sun when they both moved, which is something that hadn't happened in a very long time. This is all new energy. They both moved into Aquarius. And so throughout this whole 20 years, but for right now, he's going to continue to talk to each of the signs that he'd spoken to before as they passed him. They came by here and they had a conversation with Pluto, right? So now Pluto is again having a conversation with the sun. So he's highlighting there's some trauma there that you need to work through, and especially with this wound about you doing you. Let me just say this. If you haven't done you and you've only done what other people wanted you to do, you're going to be moving into a time where that stuff's going to be eclipsed and it's going to force you to do you. If you have been doing just you and honoring yourself, then you're going to be more clear about which way you want to go with this. Does this make sense? But if you have been like overly doing you and not considering other people, because it's in Aquarius, it's humanitarian. And so you're going to be eclipsed where you have to do you it with respect to others around you, right? But for right now, you may be feeling today like, I think I'm getting clearer about which way I want to go with situations, with relationships, with this things that we have been talking about over the month and a half, because it hits people in different areas of their life, right? But today you may feel like I kind of see it clearly. I don't know exactly how I want to do this, but I kind of see it better. But I'm feeling drawn to honoring me, to respecting me, right? And with Pluto there, he's saying, if you don't do it, I have to do it. Because that's Pluto. Pluto will bring up your fear. He'll bring up your trauma. He'll bring up your obsessions. He will transform you. Okay. So you may feel today like I kind of want to go in that direction, but I don't know that I can do it because I'm going to upset some people, right? This is all working on that. We're letting this part go. We're working, but today he's highlighting here where he's really showing you, you need to do you, but there is a wound here. Remember, Mercury's here helping you process this. Does that make sense to you guys? So just pay attention. I'd said already to pay attention as Mercury is over here because he's in shadow, and then he's going to retrograde, and he's going to come back over this energy, over these points. So there is something that you need to like process. There is something that you need to communicate, and communication isn't just language. It's the things that you do. It's the way that you come out to the world, come talk to the world, talk to life, right? So there is something you have to pay attention right now, especially with Pluto's trying to tell you this is really important for your destiny, right? Because this is where we're all headed, to the destiny, to the North Node, on a societal level and on a on a societal level and on a global level and on a personal level. Okay. So remember, are you honoring yourself? Are you going to do what you came here to do, which is to honor yourself, which is to be the thing that you want to be, which is to do the things that you want to do? Or to get you to that place, this is Pluto, or to get you to that place, I'm going to have to take some things. I'm going to have to move some things for you. Remember, I said that yesterday. Pluto's looking and he's like, either you do it or I have to do it. Because we're moving, we have to eclipse. We're moving into this new timeline, this new dimension, this new energy. I'd said this before. Nobody on this earth, unless you are 4, 5, 600 years old, nobody has been in this energy, not in this lifetime. So unless you're that old, you haven't been in this energy. This is brand new energy. So in this lifetime, you've never been. This is all new energy. We're going into all new directions. That's why things feel so off. It doesn't feel like we're landing anywhere, like have solid foundations, because we are moving into a different, some of you guys would call it timeline. Some of you guys would call it frequency. Some of you guys would call it dimension, portals, whatever. We're moving into that space. Okay. But there are some things that we have to let go of. And that's where the lunar eclipse is coming up on the 25th. And we'll be dealing with these because you're not going to let go of everything right away. You're going to be dealing with these for the next couple of years. But in this one, this is what the tarot reading was for. And I did all the signs except for the 3 signs. So for those 3 signs, I'll do now. This is a tarot spread that I made myself. Because I had been doing a whole bunch of astrology. see. Maybe this will work. Hi, can you hear me now? Is it better? Okay. It sounds like it's better. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Catherine, thanks for letting me know. Perfect. Okay. So what I was saying before is I'm going to start with Leo. I've got the three to do. I've got Leo, Libra, and Pisces. So I'm going to start with Leo. This is a tarot reading. I mean, this is a tarot card spread that I did myself. I usually go into meditation and then um, come out with a spread if I want, but that's kind of how I do it. So I apologize. I'm going to have to look this way because I write it down and then I forget it. I'm a medium, so I can't keep everything in my head. If I kept every conversation in my head, I wouldn't be able to like leave the house. Okay, so in this lunar eclipse happening in Libra, this is for Leo. So, like I was saying before, when the mic was all messed up, is I've shuffled the cards, and they're really really slippery. So I'm just gonna cut them now, and then we'll see what comes up for Leo. Let's see, Leo. Okay, so for Leo in this lunar eclipse, with relationships and partnerships, where do you stand, Leo? Where do you stand? So you have the Page of Pentacles. So it looks like you have been doing some, I feel like I want to say investigating. I want to say like you're testing stuff out in relationships and in partnerships. And I feel like, like maybe business partnerships too. Like you're testing stuff out. You're investing a little. And I know that's not what the Page of Pentacles is, but this is what I'm feeling. Like you're investing a little, but you're not investing too much because you don't want to waste your time. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is just what I'm feeling. Um, where some of you stand is the Page of Pentacles, where you will be receiving news or you just got news of how what's been going on the last 2, 3 years. No, really the last, yeah, three. Some of you 3 years, some of you last 1 year, where things stopped going your way. And I feel like you've just gotten news or you're about to get news that things are changing. So you're either getting that investment that's making money, or you're actually getting that position, or things are going your way, or like I feel like your investments are finally doing something. But I also feel like with relationships, you're putting the work in, some of the work in. I feel like you're not like with personal relationships. I feel like, hi Karina. I feel like this is strange because you're a Leo and your heart's always in it, but I feel like your heart's not completely in it. Like you haven't decided yet, if that makes any sense. So that's what's going on in this. This is where you're standing as we move into this lunar eclipse on the 25th. Okay. This is throwing me off because your heart is usually open as a Leo, like you wear your heart on your sleeve, right? But I'm feeling like y'all are recoiling a little. That's interesting. Like it's throwing me off because I don't usually feel where you've recoiled with relationships, but it feels like you have. It feels like you pulled back. It feels like you still have it to be able to like throw it all out there or put it all out there, but I don't know. For some reason, you're not wanting to do this yet. Like you still believe in love and all of that, but it's like you just don't. Yeah, you're doing it a different way. You just don't. You're just not throwing it out there like you usually do. I feel like you're recoiling. Interesting. Okay, so card number 2 is what is ready to come out. So during this lunar eclipse, what is ready to come out of the shadows and be seen for you? What can't you see now? Yeah, and there's something about you doing it your way that I'm getting. Um, what's coming out of the shadows to be seen that you haven't been able to see? You have the 6 of Wands. So the 6 of Wands tells me that things are going to start working out for you, that you are going to get the notoriety, you are going to be seen, you are going to have the luck that you had before, you are going to be in better spirits because you're going to see that happening. People are going to, it's funny, people are going to look to you like they looked to you a long time ago, where you saw that they admired you, where you saw that they were stroking your ego. And I'm not saying that you're full of ego. I'm just saying you enjoy when your ego is stroked. And that hasn't happened in a while. And I feel like what's coming out of the shadows is the old way that you used to be appreciated. It's not the old relationships, but it's the way that people looked at you. It's the way that people looked to you for advice, for um, knowing how to do things or where to go or what to do or how to have this. Um, that hasn't happened in a while to you guys. So I'm feeling like that what's coming out of the shadows is that part of you again, where you're getting the accolades, you're getting the notoriety, you're getting seen, you're getting, and this is the big one, you're getting appreciated for what you have put in, which is why I think that you've recoiled with your heart in your personal life. Like, I'm going to put some work in, but not all of it. Like, you've recoiled a little bit. But that's what's coming for the next 4 to 6 months. That's going to sort of come out of the shadow. Okay. Where you can be, where you can see it, like it's noticeable. And then the third card is what will be eclipsed over the next 4 to 6 months. So what energy, and I kind of already went into it in this second card. But what will be eclipsed? What's going to go away? What are you going to be walking away from and moving into? Um, and it looks like the 8 of Wands. So I see this a couple of ways. What I'm feeling is you are leveling up, and that eclipse of that stalling, stagnant, stuck energy is moving. It's going to be eclipsed. It's no more of the everything's moving slow. I have to work extra hard. I got to do this thing and it's not working out. And I get a little bit and then it goes away. And then I get a little bit and then it's taken away. And then I get a little bit and then it's no more of that. I feel like that's eclipse. I feel like you're leveling up. I mean, first of all, you have the Page of Pentacles, right? So there is news either already happening or about to happen where you are starting having your investments work out or having people see you through the 6 of Wands. You're getting the notoriety, you're getting seen, people want your opinion, they want your expertise. And then you have this 8 of Pentacles. I mean, sorry, 8 of Wands, where you're just sort of leveling up. And I feel like that's the energy that's going to be eclipsed, is that stagnant, depressed energy. Yeah. You've got some good things unfolding in the next 4 to 6 months. You don't, and again, this is eclipse energy. This is destiny. This is you walking away from something because it was gone. That it's going to eclipse. For everyone, you don't have to really do much. This is just to help you know, okay, I'm headed in this direction, right? So, number 4 is what opportunities and or growth are going to be happening or are going to come about because of this eclipse. So what growth and or opportunities are going to come about because of this eclipse? And I feel like the Four of Cups. So you have the Four of Cups. I'm looking at them all together. Give me just a second. I feel like so what I'm seeing with this Four of Cups is that you are in this next 4 or 6 months, the growth and opportunity is that you'll see the things that you really like. You see the things that you've been wanting for a while, the abundance, the money, the position, the accolade, the relationship, these are all cups. So these are all things that you've really wanted that have been stalled. And I feel like um, you're going to receive those over the course of the next 4 to 6 months, um, because you're walking away from some stuff that has held you back, like the stagnant energy, which is real, which is what's I don't know how to say this, because for some of y'all, it wasn't anything that y'all did that got this stuck energy. It was the timing. But for others of y'all, it was time in the cycle of life for you to grasp this concept about yourself, to grasp this understanding of your identity. Does that make sense? Um, and so you got your feelings hurt. You got some wounds in the last, couple of years because things weren't going your way. People weren't seeing you. They're not working right with you. Things aren't working out. Stuff like that. And then again, this happened to most of y'all, but half of you guys, it was just timing. Where the other half, it was an understanding of your soul's path that you wanted to go through, and almost like humbling yourself in a different way. That's what I'm seeing. But the opportunities that are coming over the next 4 to 6 months, it's gonna feel like that's the four. See the Four of Cups where he's looking at the past. He's looking at the Four Cup. He's looking at the other three cups. Sorry, he's looking at the other three cups, and then he's getting this offering right here. Right? Sorry, he's getting he's getting this offering right here, and he's looking at these other three cups where he should be looking here. But I don't see it as you're looking in the wrong direction. I see it as it's going to feel like, because that's the cups, it's going to feel like it once did before. And that's what's coming about for you as you release the past, as you release the guilt, the shame, you're walking away from that stuff. Does that make sense? So congratulations, Leo. I know it's been really hard for you guys. It's been really hard for a lot of people. And things had come so easy for you for so long. I'm not talking about in relationships. I'm just talking about in, like, if you wanted something, it would just come. And then that stopped. But that stopped for a lot of people. So good luck, Leo. We still have the solar eclipse to see where we're going, what's coming in, what surprises are those, is that going to happen? What surprises are going to come out of that? Okay, so sorry. All right, Pisces, let's do you next. Could you guys tap the screen? Let me know that you can still hear me. Tap that heart. Let me know that I'm still out here, that you can still communicate. I know once I start doing readings, everybody gets really quiet. But if you could tap the screen, that would help me out. Again, remember, YouTube does not know me anymore. Um, and I have been having problems on my channel, so it really helps me out. Okay. All right, Pisces, here we go. Oh, I so want to do it this way, but there. Y'all can't see me, but I want to shuffle this certain way, and I can't because these cards are so slippery. Okay, Pisces, in this lunar eclipse in Libra, with relationships, with relationships and or partnerships, where do you stand? You have the Six of Cups, so it looks like, Pisces, you're really delving into that south node. Like, familiar people are coming back, familiar things are coming back. You're sort of sitting in that energy of, this feels good, this feels familiar. So you've got like people coming back around, you've got situations coming back around. I feel like you're dreaming and reminiscing about how to do those things, but because you're so powerful, Pisces, I feel like the outer part of your life is showing up that way because you're thinking about the situations, because you're thinking about the people, because you're reminiscing. I feel like you're bringing them about. They're coming back. So you will be working in this lunar eclipse through the south node. I mean, that's the south node. So um, I feel like you've got situations coming back around, and I feel like you've got people coming back around, and it's heavy for you. Like, you've actually manifested this stuff. I don't know if it's because, we'll see in this tarot reading, but I don't know if it's because you're going to close those out, or if it's because you're trying to bring those with you to the new space, which you can try. And if it's supposed to be, it'll be, but probably not. We'll see. Um, okay, so in this lunar eclipse, what is ready to be seen and come out of the shadows? What's ready to be mirrored to you, Pisces? What's ready to be seen so that you can move forward, so that you can release lifetimes of trauma, this baggage that you have, this wound that's going with Chiron. What is coming out of the shadows? So you have the Emperor. Very interesting. I feel like with this energy, I'm going to be really honest with you, Pisces. I hope I don't hurt your feelings. You're very powerful spiritually, energetically, in the spirit form. You're very powerful, and it shows up in the physical form because you're so powerful in the spiritual form. Does that make sense? Like, you can manifest like nobody's business. Like, you can manifest, you can bring people back, you can bring situations back, you can bring money in, you can do this. Now, it hasn't worked out a lot for you in the last year, and it's not going to. You have to work it a different way because of Saturn being in your sign. But this is where I hope I don't hurt your feelings. You are very powerful, and you don't see it as power. You use it to keep yourself safe, and oftentimes in a manipulative way. Does that make sense? Now, again, I'm not here to judge why you're being manipulative. Maybe that's the only way that you could be safe. Maybe you felt like you have to, like, save humanity, save people around you, save whatever. Whatever your past is, that's your past. Whatever way that you work things. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because your stance is that you do it out of survival instead of out of, no, I'm just that powerful. Does that make sense? Like, there's this manipulative, sneaky lacking energy that you have with this, instead of, no, I'm a powerful being and I am that evolved and I can do that and people can't hurt me. That's a different, those two are two different energies, right? I feel like you're doing the former. I feel like you're doing it in a way that, because you're afraid, like consciously you may not be afraid, right? But subconsciously you're afraid. You want to keep yourself safe. And that's what I feel like you do it with. This is why I feel like this is going to come out of the shadows. You understanding your power, that you don't have to be afraid, that you don't have to manipulate people to get what you want, that you don't have to try to save the person next to you because that's the only way that you're going to stay safe. Because you don't have to lie to this person to make this person feel okay so that you look good and feel okay. Does that make sense? Like, that's what's coming out of the shadows, is all that manipulation. I know that you guys have had a hard time, especially October, November, kind of calm down. But this stuff is coming back around. And that's what I feel like the Six of Cups is like this stuff is coming back around. What's going to be opened up and seen is the, I don't fault you for the way that you do it, but you're trying to understand a different way to do it. Okay. So that's why I'm saying, I hope you don't get upset at the fact that I'm saying that you can be manipulative. We can all be manipulative, right? But instead of doing it in a very sneaky way because you had to keep yourself safe, because that's the only way that you can move around, because you can feel everybody and everything, and so you gotta like maneuver things like you're working in that energy instead of like the energy of, I am this and I don't need to lie to this person or try to get this person to do something or try to get this situation this way so that I can have what I want. Does that make sense? That's what's coming out of the shadows. Um, and then the third is what will be eclipsed. So what energy is going to be eclipsed over the next 4 to 6 months? What are you like what's going to be eclipsed? Gone. It's going to be gone. And you have the Temperance. So I do feel like, because you're so powerful, you are bringing this stuff back. And I feel like you're going to be kicking and screaming going to the new space. You have the Temperance. So, oh gosh, Pisces. I'm feeling like there's going to be an upheaval. There's going to be an upheaval of of your situations, because there's things that need to be undone, and you're going to be working through this over the next 2 years. I don't feel any finality. I don't feel like you're finished. I feel like you got I feel like you've got so many webs tangled. It's going to take some time to untangle them. So I feel like, as much as I would like to be positive with this, I feel like your Temperance, the way that everything is kind of smooth for you, is not, it's going to be eclipsed. You're going to have some upheavals. You're going to have some things like really look in your face and say, no, you can't have that. You're doing this. Or this person is like, no, I can't help you out. This is going to, like, I feel like, I don't know how else to say it. I feel like you're going to have upheaval. I feel like the Temperance is not the energy that you're moving into. I feel like, well, I feel like you are going to have the Temperance that you're moving into eventually. I just don't feel like it's in this round of lunar eclipse. I feel like you're just starting. That's why you're bringing the people back. That's why you're bringing the situation back. And you're trying to learn part of you, because I don't know your whole lessons, but part of your growth and your learning is like, which leads me into the fourth card, is what opportunities and or growth are coming because of this eclipse. It's that you're trying to not coming from a place of, you're trying not to manifest from a space of fear or lack. You're trying to learn to keep a stance and manifest from a a space of your true identity, which is always abundant, always enlightened, always like that's who you are in your true essence, right? But you have been operating from a space of lack. You have been operating from a space of manipulation. You have been operating from a very different space. Yeah. Okay. So the fourth card is what growth and or opportunities will come about because of this eclipse. You do have the Seven of Pentacles. So you are going to see some good space. You are going to manifest some good things. It's not like it's all going to be bad. I just feel like that part is like an upheaval. But you have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is stuff that you have worked on. And you're going to continue to work on it. And if you did it, let me just say this. This is what I'm hearing from a higher self. If you manifested from a space of your true identity, like I said, your true essence, instead of a space from a space of lack or a space of manipulation or a space of lies or a space of protection. If you manifest in those spaces, it's not going to stay. If you've manifested from your true essence, then you're going to see the growth of that. So for different people, it's for different Pisces, it's different things. Your career, if you manifested it, I want the new job, but you didn't do it out of lack. You did it because, oh, it's just time. This is what I want to do, or you didn't try to manipulate the situation, or, you didn't cause lies, right? I feel like that will be solid and it will grow. So in the next 4 to 6 months, you'll see evidence of that. So whatever your true essence of intentions were when you manifested, that's going to come through and you're going to see it solid and you're going to see that it grows and you're going to see that it goes well. So my advice to you is if you feel like you're going uphill with something, it was manifested in the not true essence of you. If you feel like all of a sudden things are opening up for you, that's the true essence of you, and you can move in that direction. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope that helps. You do have people coming back around, though, and situations coming back around. Okay. And then the last one, and then this will be all 12 signs that we've done, but the last one is Libra. And this is going to be happening in your house, your first house if you're Libra ascending, Libra sun, Libra moon. So, Libra, we've talked about this before I even pulled the cards. We've talked about this before. Everybody thinks that Libra is good at, and this is not to take anything away from you, Libra. I'm just trying to make people aware. People think that Libras can do relationships really well because they're Libra. Libras come to learn how to do relationships better. They're not that good. They're not bad, but they're not the experts in relationships like everybody thinks they are. So you have work to do in your relationships. You may see it as balanced, where other people may see manipulation. You may see it as diplomacy, where other people see it as lies. Right? So you have to learn how to do that better. Does that make sense, Libra? So it looks like, before I even turn these cards over, relationships have always been a big thing in your life, but they're going to be really highlighted right now. And I feel because it's the South Node for you, it feels, so you're going to have some things that come around that feel familiar of the way that you're used to doing things, but you're trying to move into an identity of you doing more of you instead of not doing you, letting other people have things, and then later on being upset because you didn't get those things, right? So I feel like that's going to be a big eye opener for you guys. Um, yeah, that's going to be a big eye opener for you guys. That's just what I'm getting as I'm channeling. This is before I even turn over the cards. There's something about your identity that you're trying to rework. There's something about your identity that you're trying to, I won't say rework, but there's something about your identity that you're trying to honor. That's what I'll say. Okay. Here we go, Libra. Let me just cut these real quick. One more time. These seem a little bit more serious today. Okay. All right, Libra. In relationships and partnerships, where do you stand? Where do you stand right now as you're moving into the lunar eclipse? You have the Queen of Wands. So it looks like things are going your way. It looks like you think things are going your way. It looks like you, I will say that some of you, I don't know why I feel like this. Like you have the upper hand in relationships and or partnerships, but I want to say like in business, you have the upper hand. I want to say in collaborations, you have the upper hand. I want to say in uh, relationship partnerships, you have an upper hand. I feel like you've sort of been moving things along. You've been doing the extra work. You feel really good about this. I do feel like you're better at seeing where these relationships should go or how these relationships should go. And that's where you're standing as you're moving into this new lunar eclipse. Okay. So what's ready to come out of the shadows? What's ready to be seen by you and be reflected back to you during this lunar eclipse? That is the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like you think relationships or partnerships or collaborations, whatever this is for you, I feel like you think it's further than it is. I feel like you have more work to do with this. Where you're feeling like I've done the work. Like I kind of feel like you even know that you haven't. It's almost like you tried to lie to yourself about how much work you've done in this, if that makes any sense. Because it's at a 3 and you're looking at it as the queen. So it looks like you will get a little bit of notoriety, a little bit of kudos, or I guess I can say it in this way. You'll get what you want in the smaller things, with collaborations or in your personal relationships. Like things will go your way a little bit, where you can celebrate a little bit. But the shadow is that you're going to see that you're not as far along as you thought you were. That's what I feel like. I feel like you're going to see it. It's going to be shown to you that you're not as much the leader as you think you are. Yeah, I do feel like some of you think that you have a handle on the situation where the other person knows that they have the handle on the situation. If that makes sense. And then number 3 will be what will be eclipsed over the next 4 to 6 months. So what's going to be eclipsed over the next 4 to 6 months? So I feel like you have new starts. You have the Ace of Wands. I feel like you have new opportunities and new starts. So I don't feel like y'all have been stagnant, but I do feel like maybe you have been trying everything and it's not working. what I feel like is going to be eclipsed is that you're going to be more focused and aware of which opportunities you want to take. Where some of you have been like, I'll just take every opportunity and see which one lands, right? So the eclipse in relationships is like being more focused in where you want to put your energy. How much time do you want to spend with this person? How much time do you want to spend on this job? How much time do you want to spend on this project? And you'll see new beginnings in that. And you'll see that it's going to go further and you're going to have a lot of energy and it's going to be exciting to you. That makes sense. And then number 4 is what opportunities and or growth are going to come about because of this lunar eclipse. You have the 2 of Pentacles. So I do feel like you're going to do the balancing act. I feel like you could get confused but the opportunities and the growth for your lunar eclipse is that you find the balance, that you don't find it, you're working it. You're actually working it. You're working it. Like I'm not putting too much in. I'm not having to overcompensate, and people are actually responding and giving me their time and giving me their love and giving me their resources as I give them. It's like a balancing act that you're doing. It's the way that you kind of always want to do it. But you get into these messes where you're trying to manipulate the situation sometimes. Not all of you, but some of you, right? So I feel like with the growth that you're going to understand better that you can trust another person to do the right thing, that you can trust your partner, whether it's personal or business, to put in the work, do the thing, show up when they say they're going to show up. And you don't have to like offer them something to be able to do that. Does that make sense? Like, kind of, that's what I mean by manipulating the situation. Oh, I'll give you this if you do that. You know what I mean? So I feel like over the next 4 to 6 months, you're going to be sort of coming to terms with how you're going to do that. You're going to see that people are going to be more balanced with you and you're going to be working it. That makes sense? So congratulations, Libra. Again, I feel like you're trying to like understand an aspect of your identity and see yourself in a very different way and moving in a very different way. Like not trying to like overdo it to get what you want, overcompensate, right? Just maybe working less and trusting more. That makes sense. So I appreciate everybody that's been here. That is all 12 signs. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I am going to cut this down later. And I'll be back tomorrow for this live. I want to say thank you to everybody that's shown up. For all of those that have stuck with me. We have about 20 more days of these lives. Because I thought it was like, I have to go back and count how many days I've been on. But I'm a Libra, so this makes a lot of sense to me. Thank you so much, Cindy. Oh, good, Catherine. I'm glad that makes sense. Yeah, well, sometimes when I'm channeling, I'm just like, are you sure they want to hear that part? That's what I'll ask my higher self. Are you sure they want to hear that part? Because I don't like being mean. I don't like sounding mean. So, but that's my own thing. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys. I will be back tomorrow. It's gonna be it's gonna be a little bit earlier, so it'll probably be about 9 or 10 in the morning, and we'll see what I'm inspired to do. It could just be a free for all, which is what I tried to do last Friday, but it didn't work out because YouTube live sucked. Anyway, we'll see how that works. Because, yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm having a lot of fun. For those of you, I'm going to mention it today because I didn't mention it. Somebody asked me the question yesterday. If you want a reading with me, you are welcome to email me at yourpath39@gmail.com. I took my website down. It was too overwhelming for me. I don't want to do it that way right now. So It's me working out my whole thing. Okay. So, but I am going to do readings. So if you want a reading with me, if you want to look over your birth chart, if you want mediumship or tarot, hypnosis, I can't do unfortunately yet until I get my space, my house, which I'm working on this year. That's one of my goals is to get a house, right? So then I can do hypnosis again. And I don't like to do hypnosis via like Zoom or internet. I like for you to be I like us to meet in person because I think you deserve that because it's an all day thing. I think that you deserve to give yourself that. So you need to meet me in person. So unfortunately, hypnosis I won't be doing right now. Hopefully at the end of the year I will be, but right now no. But I will do birth charts, transiting charts, mediumship especially, and I'm starting to channel again. Sorry, mediumship and tarot reading and astrology. So I highly recommend it. I had a coffee chat a few years back. Amazing. I'll definitely be sending you an email. That's right, Catherine. I'm kind of glad too because I wanted to talk to you about that coffee chat. That's funny because I just pulled that up the other day. That's interesting. Yeah. So if anybody's interested, you can email me at yourpath39 at gmail. A lot of you know that email. I've had that email forever. So that's like my signature email. Anyway, I love you, love you, love you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Bye.